Hi there. You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. This is the way.
Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome one and all. Today is July 18th? Yeah, that sounds about right. July 2nd. What am I talking about? I mean, wrong, completely wrong. That's okay. Welcome. One and all. Today is July 2nd, 2024. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm thinking about vacation, so I'm like jumping ahead totally. But this is episode 175 of Pop Culture Warrior. It's the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I am CQ. I am your Pop Culture Warrior. And joining me tonight is our beloved, well, let's call him summer co-host at this point because the man's just been here throughout the entire summer. He's the man in the bubble tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Angry Elf. Yay!
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Oh man, I'm excited. Lots of faces in the chats. Hey everybody. You might notice some different things today. First off, there's this thing in the background here. Yeah, that's TikTok. Those people are watching on TikTok right now, and they get the literal behind the scenes view. They get to see tonight what I see when I do this show. So that will be an interesting topic of discussion that we have TikTok watching the show from behind the scenes. So if you want to see what that looks like, by all means, jump over to TikTok and Pop Culture Warrior, and you'll see what's going on behind the scenes. Other than that, something else some of you will notice and some of you won't. We're live on Instagram tonight, which what the fuck? We've never been live on Instagram. This is our first time. I am pushing all the buttons tonight. We are live on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, X. We're live everywhere. I think we're live on Twitch, on TikTok, on OnlyFans. I've got Feet Finder.
Wait. You've got an OnlyFans now?
I'm live on Grindr right now, on OnlyFans, on Feet Finder.
Hold on. Time out. I gotta find you and subscribe to your OnlyFans right now.
Yeah, like Jim says out there, live on MySpace. We're live everywhere. G.I. Low, man, is in the building. What's up, G.I.? How you doing? My buddy Pete Barlow. What's up, man? Quick shout out to everybody watching who is out there. Let's see, Davers. I see you, buddy. Charles. What's up, buddy? Billy, man. So how you doing, man? I'm not reading that. Let's see, Jim Handy out there always. Keith, how you doing, bud? I want the finger view. I'm gonna strap a little camera to here. It'll be the finger cam. But anyway, let's see what else. So much is going on. Scott says, I'm gone for a month. I come back and CQ as an OnlyFans, a Feet Finder, Grindr. Man, I've hit rock bottom. We've gone through some hard times. Since you've been gone, Scott. Since you've been gone. All right. Man, yeah, so much.
Sell a finger.
So much has happened. I apologize. I was out last week. Unfortunately, my wife was in the hospital, and so I was with her, and she's okay now. She is on the mend, and we're happy for that. But yeah, man, I'm super stoked because, again, so much has happened over the last 2 weeks, and there's just we've got to talk about it. First and foremost, we have to give a big thank you. Let's bring it on. We've got a sponsor this month. We have a sponsor this month. We are sponsored. We are officially sponsored. Hit Parade has sponsored us for the month of July. Every episode of Pop Culture Warrior, we will be giving away phenomenal prizes. Wait, what kind of prizes would you say?
Wait. What are we giving away this time?
All
What's
right.
behind door number 1?
Things like an autographed pop. Let's show it to TikTok. It's an autographed pop. It's random. I don't know what's inside of it. It's wrapped. It's sealed. I don't know. It could be anything. We got one of those. We got Star Wars, a Star Wars sketch card, a one-of-one original sketch card, which is probably signed by the audience, or signed by the artist. We have an Avengers, a Marvel. So here's the Star Wars TikTok box. There you go. We have an Avengers Marvel Entertainment card. So this is like when they do those little promo release cards, and they'll be signed with autographs and all types of stuff. So there you go. There's our Avengers card. And then my personal favorite, the one that is just ridiculous, is this one. This is huge. This is an autographed movie script. And it'll again, random. We don't know what it is, but it'll be something, and it's autographed by like one of the lead actors, the director, somebody on the project.
I'm calling it right now. It is an autographed script from Throw Mama from the Train.
And then lastly, just as an added bonus, Hit Parade sent us this nice box full of goodies. So anybody who wins a prize over the next 4 weeks, you'll get some random goodies mixed in with the bag. And also I will send in a few things. And very excited. So, I mean, really, what say we do the first winner after the break at 9 o'clock, right? Yes. Okay. Sounds good. We'll do that.
Yeah. All right. What, you think we're going to open the show?
You think I'm going to start the show? Yeah.
No
you think I'm
way.
going to start the show with that? No way. If for the first week, we ran the contest on Twitter. So for the people watching on Twitter, you pay attention because you might have a shot to win. This week, starting right now. So if you did not participate, this goes for you too, TikTok. If you didn't participate in the giveaway this past week on Twitter, this week is the Facebook week. So go to Facebook, go to Pop Culture Warrior, find the announcement. It's there. And then follow the instructions. Super easy. It's the simple like, share, whatever, comment. Super easy. And then yeah, you will be entered to win. You will randomly be entered to win. And you got to follow the page, because if you enter and were to win and you don't follow the page, how do I reach out to you? How do I let you know you won? You know, how do I get your details to send you your prize? So you have to follow. That's why you have to follow the page in order to win. Let's see. And then so Facebook is this week. The Facebook winner will be announced next week. That will start off the TikTok. Hey, TikTok. That'll start off the TikTok competition. The following week, the TikTok winner will be announced. And in that episode, it's going to be kind of a double down, because in that episode, we'll also then draw a live winner. So you got 4 winners this month. You got one on Twitter, one on Facebook, one on TikTok, and one who a person was watching live will win this awesome prize. No, not if you're co-hosting. You can't win. If you're not, you're like, I can't make it that show.
Yeah, Mike's coming back for that show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't win. Well, you can't participate while you're live on the show.
All right, well then, good night, folks.
I'm kidding. You can, I was gonna say, everybody. I've had people in the WTF Nation Radio family be like, oh man, this would be awesome to win, but I can't enter because, I'm like, no, everybody. This is a chance for everybody. All the hardworking folks over at WTF Nation Radio, US Army WTF Moments, or the pop culture fandom. You're all eligible to win. The only person that can't win this prize is me. I'm the only person that is sitting myself out. I'm recusing myself from winning this prize as much as I want it. I want it so bad. I mean, you see my collection back there. You think how awesome these 4 things would be on my collection back there? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, wait. What if Mrs. CQ and CQ Jr.
I mean, all I said was I recuse myself. That's all I said. All I said was I recuse myself. I didn't say if somebody wanted to win it and give it to me, that's hey, that's their business, man. What am I gonna do about that? Guys says giving away the packages is the real winning. There you go. Yeah, me being able to bring this to you guys is me winning. This is a big win for us here on the show. Very, very, very excited. So trust me, when I say I've literally been biting my nails because I want to tear into these boxes and know what's inside them. So I'm just as excited to pick a winner and go ahead and open these boxes as anybody else is to win these things. What Jim says, what he is not saying is he has double the prizes. He already won the other half. I wish. Yeah. I wish. Oh man, I wish that would be great. But I'll tell you what. Should I say it? Depending on what comes out of these boxes, maybe I might be in such a persuasion to say I'll trade whoever wins something from the back lot here. And, let's just on the off chance that movie script is like Spider-Man signed by Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland. I might be willing to trade something from the background here, from the legendary Pop Culture Studios, in an effort to keep it and then send you something else. But again, we'll see. We'll see what pops up, and we'll see what comes. What shows?
I'm already looking at and trying to decide what I want to, swipe.
Yeah, that's right. He says I want the second shelf in the middle. Second shelf in the middle. Is that the Deadpool one? Is that the one you're talking about, or the? I don't know. I can't tell. From the left, from the right, I don't know. Billy says I want something from Angry Elf's room. Look at that. You got a fan. You got a stand.
Yeah, I know. Wait, what do you want? You want a limited edition Centurions figure from Ramen Toys?
There you go. Didn't somebody want like the light panels from my wall once? They wanted.
Oh yeah, that was like 2-3 weeks ago. Someone was like, "Yeah, give me that light panel." And you're like, "I may have an extra."
Hey, you never know. So just again, huge shout out to Hit Parade. When I tell you the value of these are hundreds of dollars each, they are. Hit Parade is packed full of the hottest card, comic, and memorabilia products in the industry. Voted best repack it's so hard to say this. Voted best repack brand of the year 3 years in a row at Beckett's Industry Summit. Hit Parade's boxes give you a chance to chase top stars across sports, entertainment, and pop culture with products specifically designed for all types of collectors. There's obviously a Hit Parade product for everyone, with products containing autographs from top athletes like Patrick Mahomes to the top names in entertainment like Mark Hamill and Chris Evans. Possibilities are endless. Each series is built with a limited number of boxes, so there's always a chance at pulling big hits. You can go to hitparadecollection.com to see the amazing assortment of products. Pull your big hit today. And as a reminder, as a special offer for them collaborating with us on this, if you go to hitparadecollection.com, find yourself some cool stuff, use the code WTF-10 NR20 at checkout, and you'll get $20 off any order over $100. So that's huge. That is a massive, massive thank you from them for us. So we want to give a huge thank you to Hit Parade. It's awesome company. I will tell you, they've given me nothing free. All right. These are giveaway items for you guys. They've given me nothing for free. I've purchased their stuff. I have stuff of theirs that's up on my wall just because I believe in the product. After this giveaway, I'll be ordering some more stuff because you know what? CQ deserves it. So CQ is going to get some stuff.
When does that 20% coupon end? The end of July?
That's it. You know what? They did. I think it goes to like August. We'll just say end of July. I will confirm that. It might have been August though. I don't know. For some reason, August rings in my mind.
Okay. Because I was eyeing that X-Men as I was telling you before the show. Because they've got one of the great comics they have in there is the first appearance of a certain Merc with a mouth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ooh, New Mutants 98. I was tempted. It would be so awesome to get that this month.
Yeah, I mean, and realistically, the thing I really respect about these guys, and sorry, this is really not me promoting them so much as me saying I really believe in their product and what they do. The thing I really like about their product and why I was willing to spend my own money from it is that if you go to their website and you pick out, you say, oh, I want something like this Avengers box. I want something, the Marvel box. And I say, oh man, see, this is numbered 20 of 50. 20 of 50. That means there's 50 of these boxes of this Series 5 box. I can go on their site, look at their Series 5, and it has all the people that they've gotten stuff from. So I can see ahead of time and know one of those 50 things on that list is what I'm getting. You know, this isn't one of those machines where you're like, it could be thousands of shit with one good thing, right?
Right.
You're guaranteed, let's say, out of the 50, there's 10 of them that are like, oh my God. So a 1 in 5 chance? No, that's not right. Well, this is 10 out of 50. This is when my infantry math is going to come in handy. So if it's 10 out of 50.
I got one more finger than you, so we'll use mine.
I want to say that's like a 1 in 5 chance you pull something good. Don't check my math on that. Don't check my math. But I want to say that's like a 1 in 5 chance you're going to pull something good. This script is 1 out of 50. The Star Wars card is 1 of 100. The Funko Pop is 1 of 50. So you really know more or less what you're getting into yourself. I bought one of their sports jerseys. It was an NFL jersey. I'm a big NFL fan. And I looked at the list. And when I looked at the list, and I think there was 100. There was like 100 of the jerseys. And I went, man, I'd be happy with like 60 out of that 100. I'd be like happy. Maybe 10 of them I'd be like ecstatic, but like 60 of them I'd be happy with. And then there was maybe like 30, 35 that I was like, if I got it, I'd probably just give it away. But I got one of the ones I was happy with. I was more than happy with. In fact, I got the guy who ended up winning me my only fantasy football championship. So the randomness of it was awesome, but the guy that actually won me my fantasy year, I was like, all right, that's cool. It's kismet. What's that?
Wait, your OnlyFans fantasy football? So you've had an OnlyFans longer than you've been telling us?
No, I wish.
You've been selling hand photos, haven't you? You're a hand model on the side.
You know what?
That's how you afford all those nice toys.
That's it. You've got me. You got me pegged. All right. So let's say we actually talk about some pop culture news. I feel like that's kind of what this show's about. We've devolved into just giveaways and things, but
this is not the giveaway warrior.
I wish, man. If there's companies out there that want to give me stuff every week to give away, more than happy to give stuff away at all times. So just go ahead and let me know. Reach out. Okay. How do I want to approach this topic? I don't typically give a lot of behind the scenes. I'm trying to be more transparent lately, right? And letting the audience know when I have difficulties and when we're having, this show's been built on bugs and issues and all these things for years. But I felt like I don't I don't let enough of what's happening outside kind of come into this. So let me share a little something. And obviously I have TikTok now watching my back, which is weird, but God bless him, I love it. Um, I those that know, I love going to conventions, New York Comic Con, Awesome Con in DC, Fan Fest in Philadelphia, like you name it, I love it. In fact, in just 18 days, I'll be in Long Beach, California for MGS Con, sitting there with the folks like David Hayter, Paul Lamar, Phil Lamar, what was it, Paul? Phil Lamar,
That was
you know,
great.
Vanessa Marshall, all of them. I'll be
Yep.
sitting there with them, having a blast. Really looking forward to that. There's gonna be some great content coming out of that. But you know, let's all be honest that the the main player when you talk about cons, conventions, we all know who's the big dog in the room. Who's the granddaddy of them
Yeah.
all, the mecca of them all, San Diego Comic-Con.
No, wait, you mispronounced Galaxy Con in Raleigh, North Carolina.
No, not
It's
Galaxy.
pronounced
I'll tell you what,
Galaxy Con.
Galaxy Con's a good time. Don't let them fool you. Galaxy Con, I really enjoyed. It was my first year going. I will be going back again. That was a really good one. But Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con is the mecca. It is the Holy Land. It is the top of the mountain for conventions. Now, for years, I've been doing press stuff at different conventions. In fact, you can't see it. TikTok can probably see it there at the across the top of my wall and going down the side. I have all my press badges from the different conventions. So I literally just have this chronological order going across my wall of like all my convention badges. I've gotten to go to so many conventions and do so many things, but San Diego Comic-Con has always eluded me. It is obviously, without a doubt, one of the hardest conventions to get into. It's just, everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody gets to go to OCD. Yes, a little bit, tiny bit. More ADHD than OCD. I get hyperfixations where I just like, okay, I got to do that. So don't squirrel me, man. I get sidetracked. So squirrel, I get sidetracked. I lose my place. So for San Diego Comic-Con, the reason I'm bringing this up is every year I've applied and we haven't been selected, which I get it. We're smaller than most of the major applications out there and organizations out there. But I've been slowly building up the resume. We got New York Comic Con last year, press tickets, which is third biggest convention in the country. And we've already been approved for this year. We've already gotten our tickets, so we'll be going back to New York Comic Con this year. So I figured I'm going to take a shot this year. Let me try again, get into San Diego. And for those that don't know, every convention kind of runs its own way and how they do things their own way. It's very up in the air. But for San Diego, it's such a big thing. It's so organized. They have a portal. They have a web portal. You have to go in, register for an account. You have to get a bunch of documentation. You got to do a bunch of steps to create an account, first of all. Then once your account's created, then you got to put in a bunch of other stuff to be like an accredited news organization, kind of, sort of a personality, influencer, podcast, or whatever. You have to fill that all out. And then lastly, there's a deadline where they're like, you have to fill out a specific application to get press passes to San Diego Comic-Con for this year. And everything's on specific dates. I beat the date. I was 3 weeks ahead of the deadline. And they tell you in 6 weeks, they say 3 to 6 weeks, but you always do the long side. 6 weeks, we will reach out to you and we will let you know if you were approved or denied. Okay, great. 6 weeks go by. I don't get anything. And I go back to the portal, still says application submitted. Okay, maybe it's taking longer. I wait a couple more weeks. Still nothing. Finally, I'm like, all right, it's been like a month and a half, 2 months. I email the support line. Hey, just want to know if we're in or we're out, just so I can make, plans and do the things I need to do. No response. Week goes by, 2 weeks go by. Email again. Week goes by, 2 weeks again, email again. So now we're into like May. And at this point, I'm like, San Diego Comic-Con's in end of July. There's just, even if they gave me the tickets in May, that's really cutting it close as far as like, you got to find flights, you got to find hotels. It's a tough get. People plan years in advance to go to San Diego Comic-Con. So 3 months out is hard to get any kind of bookings. Still nothing. So finally I went, you know what? We didn't get in. But what bothers me is that they said you will be identified as either approved or disapproved. They didn't give me anything, which is very frustrating.
Right.
And I reached out to some other PR people that I know, some other marketing people that I know. They got their tickets months ago. They got their tickets. Should have sent a sad face with your DD214 and Facebook page. Yeah, that might have worked. You're right. That could have worked. Or if there's a retired sergeant major that could pull some strings, man, if only. No,
not with San Diego. There's no sergeant major. Give me a break.
But here's the thing. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. We didn't get it. I'll try again next year. But even some of my industry friends were like, oh yeah, we got our tickets months ago. And I'm like, man, it just sucks that I didn't get an answer one way or the other. Tell me why. Yesterday, I got an email from San Diego Comic-Con, and they say, oh, we're so sorry. First, we're so sorry for the delayed response. I'm like, man, it's 4 months. Delayed response is a bit much, 4 months. It says, sorry for the delayed response. There was an error on our side. We've gone ahead and fixed it. Go ahead and submit for your press pass to Comic-Con. So on the one hand, I'm like, yay. But on the other, there's no way I can make it to San Diego Comic-Con in all of like 20 days. Not possible. It's not doable. It's not doable. The flights would be too much. Not to mention in my own private life, I was like, I gave up on San Diego Comic-Con, so I ended up booking a vacation. So I'm going to be out of the country anyway during those days. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
So it's just, man. So it's just frustrating.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Time out.
Yes.
Submit the press. Get it. Mad Mike and I, co-hosts of the year, we will fly out there and we'll do it for you.
Hey, real talk. This isn't a bit. This isn't a bit. This is a real thing. You want to go to San Diego Comic-Con? You want to go to San Diego Comic-Con? I'll make it happen.
I'll make it happen, and I'll pull my infantry stuff, bring my whoopee, and I'll sleep on the sidewalk like a bum, like they taught me how to do for 20 years.
I would tell you right now. I'm looking you dead in the face, Angry Elf.
Yes.
If you want to go to San Diego Comic-Con, I will send you to San Diego Comic-Con. Now, you're gonna have to figure out accommodations and flight yourself. I got you covered for the con. I got you covered. The reality is I can't do it. Mad Mike can't do it. Email,
are you out there? You want to go?
Is it just say if you he's right now he's texting the missus.
I'm looking on the. Let's get on the old American Airlines portal. Let's see how much a ticket is right now.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
San Diego, July 26th, I think is the 25th is the first day.
Yeah, it's like 26th.
Yeah. So, needless to say, while Angry Elf tries to make this work on his end, I'll just say I was willing to sit this one out. I was willing to go, okay, hey, it's a loss for this year. The positive that I'm taking away from this is A, hey, we were granted a ticket. Awesome. B, as I understand it, so many people want to apply for this thing, and it's such a hard process to get through that they don't do it by year. They actually do them in rolling twos. So the pass will be good this year and next year, obviously, unless you get banned or something like that, or something bad happens.
Right.
But that pass should get me in next year as well. So I can guarantee you right now, I am planning for 2020. San Diego 2025 is going down. Pop Culture Warrior will be represented at San Diego Comic-Con come 2025. He's just a cool bro. What? Who's a cool bro? I dig his. I dig his silliness. Oh, you talking about me? My silliness? Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, but flights, man. That's where it's gonna get. Right now, we have lost Angry Out for the rest of this episode. He's gonna be booking flights and hotel.
Wait, no. I'm just seeing how much it would be.
Okay, you do that.
I mean,
It's
I'd have to
doable?
go. Well, wait. We're just quickly perusing it, but yeah, we're probably talking about $600, maybe $700 to fly out there, and that's before hotels. I
Yeah, I
didn't
was
even
gonna
look
say,
at hotels.
I don't think flights, honestly, are going to be the problem. I don't think that's the problem. A hotel
It's gonna
is
be
going to
hotels.
be, yeah, you're going to be
I'll-
like,
I'll be honest with you. What we need to do is get the dates for next year
mhm.
and book the hotels now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
and
no,
here's
that's
the other
exactly
problem with that weekend. Here's the other problem with that weekend. What happens that weekend as well? Deadpool and Wolverine drop.
it. Ooh, good point.
And so other people that I watch on YouTube, mostly toy tubers as they call them, they're going out to San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Mhm.
And they're planning on whatever it is, Friday night, I'm assuming, to go watch Deadpool and all. And there's a problem is with San Diego, there was a movie theater near the convention center, but now that movie theater is closed, so you have to go like further out to go see it.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'll do you a favor. If life works out, I'll be up in Raleigh at GalaxyCon. I'll do a thing about Deadpool, and I'll go do a thing about GalaxyCon, and we'll call it even. And then next year we'll figure out San Diego. You know, maybe we can stay on. We'll stay on Miramar, or what used to be Miramar. We'll stay where Top Gun was filmed.
Sure. Yeah. Oof. so many puns come to mind. Billy says,
Yeah, I
"Stay in
know, right?
Vegas, stay in Vegas, and then go out." That'd be awesome. No, true story. Is
Vegas
Da-
wouldn't be a bad idea.
yeah, Davers here has it. Book now, cancel if you're not gonna make it. That's true because a lot of places they allow you like that 24 hours ahead of time cancellation.
About hotels, airplane, you're SOL. Hotels,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
you typically though you can get credit a lot of times even if you cancel last
I
minute.
don't
Though,
want credit.
hey, you
I
gotta
don't want
fly
credit.
there
I'm not gonna-
sometime. You gotta fly
Well,
sometime.
I mean, yeah, I fly enough. San Diego, isn't it? San Diego, Spanish for whales.
Whale's vagina. That's right. San
Yeah.
Diego is Spanish for whales, a whale's vagina. So yeah, so that's what's been going on lately. This is me spazzing out because I didn't get San Diego, and then I did get it, but I can't get it.
Get it? $282 a night for a hotel.
That's pretty cheap, honestly. I was thinking it'd be a lot more, to be honest. This late in the day, I mean, unless you're staying at like a motel, you know.
No, and that was the cheapest thing I saw real quick, and I don't know how close that is to the convention center. So
Yeah.
then
Yep.
you're talking about a rental car or an Uber or something like that.
Yeah.
Save your pennies now.
Yeah, next year, it's going down. It is going down next year. Pop Culture War is making an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm calling it now. It's official. It's happening. I'm literally gonna find a place and book.
If you want to see CQ at San Diego Comic-Con, subscribe to his Patreon. Give him some of that Patreon cash. Hey, let's get him up to 100 Patreon supporters. That way he can take Nemo, Mad Mike, and myself. We'll all go, the four amigos.
I mean, honestly, that's a lot of times. If for those that do support the Patreon, that goes to people think like, oh, I'm lining my pockets with dough, but really, that doesn't even cover incidentals or the travel and stuff like this. I get these press passes, so the convention experience is covered, but when it comes to flights and driving and like going to New York Comic Con, hotel, parking, tolls, it's It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much you spend, but it's an incredible time. It's funny because I've gone to conventions as a fan for years. Then I started going representing Wounded Warrior Project, great veteran nonprofit.
Right.
I actually staffed some booths, like did like some social outreach, public outreach at different conventions, and then started doing this thing and started going as a press member. So I've kind of run the gamut of like fan, exhibitor, and now press. And I truly love it. I enjoy it. I have a great time, and I've learned something different. I've learned what it is to be a fan and to go with this as a fan. I think everybody knows.
Yeah.
But then as an exhibitor, I had a very different experience with the convention and how it's run and what it means. And then now as a press member, again, what is the meaning of it? I love doing the interviews and talking to the celebs and seeing all the stuff. Last year when I went to New York Comic Con, I did zero. Oh, well, that's not true. I didn't do zero interviews, but I didn't go to the autograph area, right? Where they're all sitting at their booths. That's one of my favorite spots. I can hang out, shoot some footage, talk to some, try to grab 5-minute conversations with people. I was at New York Comic Con for 3 days last year. Didn't go to the autograph area once the whole time because as a press member, man, I had a tight call time on like, hey, if you want to do this thing, you got to be here at 10. If you want to do this thing, you have to be here at 11. It's 3 blocks long, a building, so it's a lot of hustling from one side to the other, which is why I brought a team with me, and they were so helpful in making sure we got, all the coverage we did last year. So looking forward to it this year. I do believe, as it stands right now, I've got Mad Mike, I've got Nemo, and I've got the actual King Smith joining me at New York Comic Con this year. So we'll have some pretty awesome coverage this year at the convention.
What about WTF Nation getting a booth at one of these conventions and cheating the system by getting in the doors by staffing a booth?
It's incredibly expensive. Expensive. A
No
typical
idea.
booth at something like New York Comic Con, a small one, not a typical, a small booth at New York Comic Con is going to run you over $1,200 just for the booth. Now that'll come with like 2 passes. So then you'd have to pay for the extra passes.
Mm-hmm.
Then, there's hotel and travel and all this and all that. And what you don't realize, again, I manned a booth for many years. Let's say you have 4 people as registered exhibitors. You sign paperwork as far as like the expectations and rules. Half the team needs to staff the booth at all times. So that means if you have a 4-man team, 2 men have to be sitting at that booth at all times. So there's a lot of like round robin of like, okay, tag in, tag out, kind of thing, which is fine. I did it for years and I enjoyed the experience. But as a press member, just being able to just show up, get the content you need, and then bounce, it's just a lot easier than literally working a booth. Because I did it for years, man. Working a booth all day for 4 days straight, it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yes. Yep. And you still have to wait to be approved. Yeah, it's true. There's a lot that goes into it. What else? Okay. So anyway, we've talked enough about San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, that was the whole, I was like, you know what, whatever. Real quick, I don't know if anybody out there caught it. Last Friday, we did FTX, which is our Friday night tabletop exercise. We played Castle Dice. Me and the boys got together and played Castle Dice. We had just a phenomenal time. That was so much fun. I don't know if anybody watched it. It was just.
I caught a few minutes of it. I got confused with the game, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm tapping out.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by and saying hey. Anybody out there, if you want to hang out and watch, by all means. If you just want to pop in, say hey, throw it in the chat so we can see it as we're playing. We have a big board that has all the chats up there. It was cool. It's a dice game, and you're collecting resources, and you're trying to build the most prosperous kingdom you can build.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. One of the guys said, of all the games we've played, which we've played a lot of them, that was his favorite. So it'll definitely be
Nice.
kind of in the rotation. As you know, I try to play something different every week, but that one will definitely kind of circle back in the
Well-
rotation soon.
Well, here in the near future, I plan to darken your doorstep, and probably maybe that first weekend in August. Or no, second weekend in August. Maybe I'll be knocking on your door, going, let's play some board games.
Do some FTX and yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. You know, we've built a whole different section of the studio for the
Yep.
gaming, and it's only going to get better. I got some stuff in the works it's going to be even crazier and wilder and awesomer. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Hey Charles,
gonna-
thanks for
you gonna
stopping
get
by,
in-
bud.
You gonna get some misters in to bring in that 4D experience?
I mean, maybe better. Maybe better. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, onto a topic that you don't want to talk about. I got to talk about Star Wars Acolyte for a second.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's
I
do
know.
it.
I know you don't want to hear about it.
I gotta crack another beer if we're doing that.
Episode 5 came out last week, and I'll be honest, have not enjoyed the show at all for the first 4 episodes. It's there's so many reasons why. There's so many reasons why. I mean you're not watching it at all, right? Like you're choosing to just
No,
abstain.
I'm not watching it, but I know what's going on from other YouTubers and
Sure.
talking about it and stuff. So I got the gist, but no, I'm abstaining from this one.
Okay. Well, first off, you can't tout we've got the great Carrie Ann Moss as a Jedi and kill her 3 minutes into the show.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
thought-
she was barely in the show.
I was like, oh, so maybe I was like, okay, that's a cool fake out, and really she'll be in the show a lot in like flashbacks or something. Nope, hasn't been in it in 5 episodes. That bothers me, and I felt like there's been a lot of bait and switch with this show. A lot of like, this is kind of what we were promised, and this is what we got. The 4th episode was probably the bottom of the barrel, and I got to be careful when I say this because a lot of people are like, oh, it's trying to push a certain message and all that. I don't care. Push whatever message you want. That's your right as a creator and all that. My issue, and why I say is the worst episode ever, the acting was terrible. And I really
That's
feel
what I've heard.
bad. I really feel bad because I think it falls squarely on these 2 little girls, which again, I'd be very careful because, you know, you can't expect these little kids to be phenomenal actors and all that.
Mm-mm.
But I don't know. I don't know if it was just too big of a stage for them or what. The acting was so bad, and I feel like they were hamstrung in because the whole idea is you have this one woman is playing twins, right? She's playing 2
Yeah.
sets of the same
Amanda
person.
Sternberg or Steinberg.
So they had to get these 2 girls who looked similar. And I get,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. It was just
Why
bad
not-
acting. It was just really bad.
Why not get twins? I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of twins on the planet. You can get 2 twins, so that solves that problem. And then
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It just, whatever. All
Yeah.
that to say, that episode 5 has been my favorite. And for a lot of people, they're like, this is what we wanted. This is what we expected. This is the show we were promised from the get-go.
right.
Episode 5 is really, really good. Now, it's hard to say sometimes because does it feel really, really good because of how bad the rest of it was? Or is it really that good? And I will say the fight choreography is the best since, what was probably the best fight choreography is what? Revenge of the Sith? what, Attack of the Clones? What's the best fight choreography that
I mean,
from a saber
you,
standpoint?
I mean, I would go back to say even the Duel of the Fates in Phantom Menace between
Oh yeah,
uh Darth Maul's
Marl, yeah, yeah,
Qui-Gon Jinn and then Obi-Wan.
yeah.
That
Well,
was pretty badass.
I would say that this is the best choreographed fighting in a long time for Star Wars. Um, and I felt like they brought in some new mechanics to the fighting, just a different
Yeah.
style of fighting and whatnot. Um, one of my favorites, the fact that he he used his saber kind of like a prison shiv, because there's a part where he
Oh
goes like
yeah,
psh, 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 and like he
yeah,
does it.
he pulls something at the base of his saber, pulls out like you said
Yeah,
saber shiv, and
yep,
and
and he's like
killed freaking X-23.
yes,
You know,
Laura
with three
Kinney.
strikes. Hey, if it's anything like Ahsoka, she'll be back next episode. She's fine. A lightsaber wound to the chest is non-fatal.
It's
She'll
non-fatal,
be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
Well, the
Um,
the one dude,
you
they
know,
twisted his head basically all the way around, and I was like,
yeah.
throw him in the back of the
Well,
tank, he'll be fine."
it's fine. Hey, look, Smilo Ren, as they're calling him, because he's got that silly
Yeah,
mask that's got
yeah,
the zipper grin or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. The problem I have with it is we'll wait and see how this series
yeah,
ends. But
yeah.
there's some points where they're starting to people are the complaints they have outside of the writing and the acting is it's like it's breaking canon. And I'm
Eh,
like, well, okay,
what's
yes,
canon
it's breaking
anymore?
canon. Let's see how this ends because well, you heard what the big one was it last week or the week before or maybe it was episode I don't know. Uh the character of Coyote Mundi, I mispronounced that, but the Conehead guy
Yeah,
from the Phantom Menace who says, "Oh, we haven't heard, of the Sith in over a millennia."
yeah.
Well, his character makes an appearance, and it's kind of like he
Well,
he
that
hasn't been born yet.
well, we don't know how these guys aged. I mean, they could be a 500-year-old. They could be a Yoda type character. But more than
900
that
years
is
old,
that
you think there's
yeah.
something you're not.
But but realistically, if he was there, then he should know about this Sith that existed. So again, in my head, they have guys like Dave Filoni who are fucking nerds about this shit, right? That know every little detail. So that only leads to two possibilities. A, they deal with this guy before anybody finds out about it and they want to keep it quiet. Or
Mhm.
B, he kills everybody before they can tell on him. So
The
get
the
a like
problem
a
is
yeah,
it's starting to smell like they're going to make the Jedi out to be
yeah.
like the bad guys
Not
in
necessarily the
some
bad guys.
form.
They're just arrogant. They're arrogant. They're
Oh
high on
yeah,
themselves, and I
oh
thought I
yeah.
thought we
Well,
saw a little bit of that in like Phantom Menace and all that. We see a little bit that they,
well, you saw
think
that
they're
in the
better.
prequels. They were very arrogant of themselves, and that was definitely the downfall at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Like the Jedi were so arrogant, like a Sith.
Yeah,
And especially the fact now part of it was Palpatine was masking himself, but the fact that the Jedi didn't realize that Darth Sidious was the Grand Chancellor of the Republic.
yeah,
He's been puppeteering the whole damn war from the Chancellor's office. So, anyways,
yeah.
we'll
I feel like we
see.
got to get Ice in
We'll
here if we're gonna
see.
have a real Star Wars conversation because he's a diehard.
When,
He's
when,
a
when does
diehard
the
Vader.
series end? They've got what, 3, 4 more episodes? So
Something
basically,
like
what,
that.
the end of the month?
Yeah, the Jedi are the bad
How
guys.
about
They're
this?
space terrorists.
How about this? If you were to bring Ice in and we were to have a Star Wars conversation
uh,
in preparation for it, I would binge The Acolyte. So I'm prepared and I will sit down with Ice
wow.
in a forum, in a gentleman's forum, and I will talk. If we were to talk about it, I would do my homework for you for this show.
Wow.
I would go break my viewpoint on the showrunner and go watch The Acolyte, so I
Well,
can walk in and be like, hey, I know, I saw it. Okay, this is my opinion of it.
the first four, if the four, oh, I guess it words. If the first four episodes are any indication, you won't have to worry about her running anything in Star Wars ever again, because it's like the worst reception of any product ever in Star Wars canon. So
You, you know what the latest rumor is, right?
she's doing season 2.
No. So apparently, Leslie Headland has moved on to a new management team, right, for
Mhm.
representation, and she's moved on to doing a new series somewhere else, which
Called
the rumor
Schmar
is,
Wars. Schmar
yeah, take it
Wars.
with your, with a grain of sodium. She might not be done, and I've heard other rumors that they might be bringing back a certain Tatooine farm boy for Ahsoka season 2, and
Be
who
interesting.
knows? He might even show up in the Mando Grogu movie and have more than just a cameo role.
So much.
So
So much with that. But anyway, that's our Star
who
Wars beat
knows?
for the episode. I just had to mention. I had to let. I just had to say the first 4 episodes were severely underwhelming. Um,
Yeah.
but kudos where kudos belongs. Episode 5, with the big twist that we all saw coming, was really good, really really good, and it made me appreciate what a great actor. What's his name? Jacinto, Manny Jacinto, or whatever his name is. What a
Yeah,
great.
the guy that's playing Smilo Ren.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What a great actor he is. I loved him on A Good Place, where he played.
Yes. Yes.
That's
He played the the
James.
the
No, Johnny. Something with a
no,
J. Justin. I don't know. Jason.
but
Jason. He
he was
played
playing.
Jason. Yes.
Yes, he was playing the monk, the silent monk, but he's really
Yeah.
the
He's like a
the
stoner from Florida,
Yeah.
from Jacksonville.
Yes. Yeah. You know,
Bortles is the best. Bortles is my boy. That was the
hey,
best.
he was
Love it.
also in Top Gun Maverick.
That's right. He was. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's doing good for himself. Good for him, man. Because
Yeah,
but
yes. I like him as an actor.
yeah, he said he did an interview after the whole reveal where he's like, this character's been so great because I got to play the duality of it, right? Like the kind of simpleton, almost like a Han Solo esque, scoundrel, but then flip it, and now you're this Darth, Sidious style,
No,
whatever.
more of what's his name? From Lord of the Rings, Smeagol and Golem.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
But anyway, just really appreciate
Anyways,
the subtlety
yeah.
of his acting, and just very good, very cold. Like he's this, oh my God, I love you guys, and then to drop into that cold stillness and just man, ice cold. Some of his lines were so good. He's like, she was a child. He's like, you brought her here, and it's like, oh damn, like and he's like, he went, did that belong to you? And you're like, God damn. That's cold, man.
Yeah.
Wicked cold. But anyway, enough Star Wars talk. What else is big in the news? Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Go ahead. What you got?
Sabretooth.
Yes. But we knew Sabretooth was going to be in it. The leaks were out.
But
That was one of the first big leaks that came out, was that Sabretooth was in it.
yeah, but if the Army told you anything, believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see. And you can't do anything until you actually see Sabretooth on screen. He looks a little rough.
Yeah.
But
Ben wrote, the Acolyte is garbage. As a series so far, I can't argue that. Anybody that's even semi interested in Star Wars stuff, I would say just skip the first 4 episodes. You can jump right into episode 5 and catch up pretty quickly. Like, okay, he bad, he good, that was cool, I'm out. Like, you watch that one episode, I think you're good. You're good on the whole thing. You don't need all the backstory and all the characters. None of it matters. This one's good, this one's bad. They fight, and it's dope.
I heard in episode 8, Scott Bakula is going to cameo get Sam Beckett and fix
I-
what was wrong.
I'm pretty sure that even though this is hundreds of years in the past, they'll squeeze in a Mandalorian appearance. You know, because
Oh yeah.
you got to. I mean, he's like the figurehead. He's the fucking Stan Lee cameo now for the Star Wars universe. There's got to be a Mando shot in
Yeah.
the background every show. So we'll see. What I was gonna say was Inside Out 2. Again,
Oh yeah.
kiddie movie for sure. Lot of heart. I loved it. I loved it. Probably my favorite animated film here in quite a while. Really cool that it won its third weekend at the box office. It beat the new Quiet Place movie day one.
Yeah.
Thin margin, but it's still for a movie that's been in 3 weeks versus a movie that's just coming out. That's a huge win. The animated sequel has had a massive couple of weeks. It beat Dune Part 2 in becoming the biggest box office earner of the year so far. It also broke some animation records along the way. As its third weekend at the box office comes to a close, Inside Out 2 has reached another huge milestone. As of today, the film has officially crossed $1 billion at the worldwide box office. So it's the first movie to do so since Barbie was released last summer. So, you know, that's a huge, huge accomplishment. $1 billion movie. For a while, they were becoming kind of the norm, especially in the Marvel universe, was to bang out
Right.
billion-dollar franchises. But we've seen post-COVID that there haven't been many. There haven't been many, and it's been a hard thing to produce.
Right.
So Inside Out 2 earned an additional $57 million at the domestic box office this weekend, bringing the North American total to $545 million. So basically in America, it's made half of its total $1 billion in its 3 weeks. It's only the 11th movie in history to reach $1 billion. And it's the 8th movie owned by Disney to do so. So that's pretty wild when you think 8 of the 11 only movies to ever reach $1 billion is owned by Disney. And we lost our good friend Angry Elf. Where'd you go, buddy? Where'd you go? That's all right. It was nap time. You know, he fell asleep. It's okay. So where was I? Oh yeah, so the only 11th movie to do so. For comparison, the first Inside Out movie earned $857 million total. $857 million total, which is close to $1 billion, but that's its total run versus Inside Out 2 making $1 billion here in the first 3 weeks. Hey, welcome back, Angry Elf. How you doing?
What happened? I had to quickly repay my internet bill. I don't know.
Ran out of those AOL minutes. You had to put a new disc in.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Just again, what I was saying was just that it's crazy for me to think that like only 11 movies have ever made $1 billion.
Yeah.
8 of them owned by Disney. That's wild.
What was the last one? Was it Endgame was the last one?
the last Disney one or the last one to make $1 billion?
Well, last Disney one was that Endgame?
I want to say Spider-Man: No Way From Home.
But that wasn't a Disney one. That was a Sony
that's
movie.
right. That was a
No Way
Sony.
Home was
You're right.
Sony.
You're right. That was a Sony movie. You're correct. Let's see. Movies that made $1 billion. Let's see what happens. So films that crossed the billion. So you had Avatar, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Furious 7, Titanic, Avengers, Lion King, Jurassic World, Barbie. I'm looking for. They don't show these by dates. Let's see. What would have been the most recent one? Fast 8. Super Mario Bros. Yes, I'm looking at. Owned by Disney would have been, let's see, not Avatar, Force Awakens, Avengers, Lion King. Lion King.
Is that the remake? Or is that the
I think
original?
that's the 2019 remake. 2019 remake made $1 billion. So that was 2019. Since then, let's see, Toy Story 3, but that was not that recent. That was 2010.
No.
So yeah, so probably The Lion King was the last one to make a billion for Disney. Looking at it that way. And then in the Marvel universe, it's Avengers, Black Panther. That's actually it from the Marvel universe. It was the only two that made over a billion. But then Avengers and a bunch of other ones. Yeah, Super
Who
Mario
knows?
Brothers made a billion. That's crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
think that.
I they're based off of pre-ticket sales. Deadpool might be the next one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, wait a minute. See, I don't know. That list was not good. So, yeah, Avengers Endgame 2019 made 2.8 billion.
Yeah.
So, Avatar, the two Avatars are 1 and 3. Titanic, Star Wars The Force Awakens, number 5. Avengers Infinity War, number 6. No Way Home is 7, but again, like we said, it's not made by
Yeah.
them.
It's associated,
Yeah,
but
in
it's not. Yeah.
association with. So 2019's Lion King, Maverick hit a billion, 1.4. 2022,
Oh yeah.
Frozen 2 did it in 2019. Yeah, 2019 was a good year for Disney, man. Sure.
Okay,
Black
so no,
Panther.
that means the last one for 2019 would have been because Frozen came out. Frozen is
Oh, Frozen's a lot
a
older.
winter movie. It's a fall like early, like November October movie.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So looking through the list, Lion King. Lion King is 2019. Frozen 2 was 2019. And yeah, because that was 2018. Or 2022. I mean, Disney owns Avatar, right? So 2022. The Way of the Water. Avatar is the third highest.
yeah, well they own it now because they acquired Fox.
Right.
Either way you want to cut it, sure, but
Yeah.
they didn't. I mean yes,
Technically.
yes.
Technically,
We'll
now
call
they
it. Okay,
do.
so the last one was Way of the Water. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
2022, Way of the Water.
That one that one wasn't bad. I
Yes,
mean,
it's fine. It's fine. No complaints. But yeah, Far From Home made 1.13 in 2019. Captain Marvel made 1.1 in 2019. I'm telling you, 2019 was a big year. Go figure. The last year before COVID was a big year for movies. Probably like the biggest
well, I think that was also,
box office numbers.
that was just a great year.
I mean, good times, good times.
Yeah.
That's David says that's just today's inflation rates coming up in comparison. Are we doing current? Well, yeah, that you're right. We're not doing current inflation for those numbers. That's just based on what they drew in that year. So
Yeah.
obviously, a lot of those numbers would be inflated.
And nowadays too, especially with Disney, I mean, they're gonna so whatever the movie's budget is, especially if they're gonna put it forward, they're gonna spend 1 million to 1.5 million on advertising. And so
Way more. Are you kidding me? Advertising budgets now are in like the 20s and 30s of millions for advertising. There was one movie that I just saw. It was like 32 million in advertising. $32 million in just advertising the movie.
yeah, no,
That's
you're right, you're
crazy.
right. Because what was there was I think they were talking about Indiana Jones, where it cost 300 million and they spent like 150, almost 200 million on advertising. Okay, when I said 1 million, I meant
for a little
100
one.
million. Excuse me.
Yeah, little one. Let's see. How much? Let's see. I'm curious now. Average movie budget. Let's see. What's a movie budget? That's like the whole budget of the film. I'm like, I want advertising. Advertising. Average movie.
You're gonna have to go to somebody like
Here you go. Listen to this. So
Forbes.
the average movie marketing budget, is about 50% of the production costs. So if your film
Yeah.
spent 5 million in production, you would need a baseline of 2.5 million for your marketing efforts. So you made a $5 million movie, but it actually cost 7.5 because you put in 2.5 of advertising. So when you see the movie costs 200 million to make, there's a reason why you're getting
Yeah. And the problem is with like movies like, for instance, Captain America 4, how many times have they gone back for reshoots? I mean, the
that's a
rumor
great
is
question.
they've
That is a very good question.
but the rumor is they've already spent like double their budget on reshoots, and they basically filmed 2 movies worth of footage, cut and paste it, and make
Make 3 movies.
do Captain America 4 and 5 back to back.
Yeah, basically. I got to give it up to G.I. Low over here. His comment: I don't like living in a world where the 2019 Lion King made more movie than the original movie. I mean, I agree, but here's the counter to that argument: is that inflation rates means, if they made the same amount of money, this one technically made less because of inflation. But you also have to think people like me who saw Lion King as a kid are going to want to go see that movie and take their kids. So you have what, 2, 3, maybe even 4 generations of people that have collectively watched Lion King well after it was in theaters.
Yeah.
That now want to go see that movie live. It makes sense to me why, like, I don't like that we're living in this age of like reboot it.
Yeah.
But I kind of get why it's a good money-making scheme, because you're playing off the nostalgia of the people that first saw it in the 90s, then the people that grew up with it in the 2000s, then the people that showed it to their kids in the 2010s, and now, they bring it back into 2020.
It's the safe bet. You're not, you know that it's going to make some form of money back.
Yeah.
And I mean, I won't lie. All right, one of my favorite movies, animated movies, is Beauty and the Beast. All right, go ahead.
Classic. No, it's
Mock me
classic.
right now.
I like
But
Aladdin. But yeah.
yeah. But I when what's her face from Harry Potter? She was Belle.
Yeah. Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, thank you. When Emma Watson did the live action, my wife and I went and saw it. I think I was more excited than she was. But I'll tell you this much. I really did like the original animated version more than I liked the live action.
Sure.
Um,
I can always appreciate like when because they don't, well, we're not gonna do a shot for shot remake, and we're gonna add a little bit of flair and update this, and that was a little questionable back in the day, so this and this and that. So like I can appreciate what they try to do, but yeah, like the classics are the classics for a reason. I mean, I'll fight anybody any day. Aladdin, I think like literally Aladdin and The Lion King are 2 of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
The originals
Yeah.
are 2 of my favorite movies of all time. It's so funny though. I was just reading this, and let's take a moment to pause the pop culture talk and just talk about this, because I find it fascinating. A study was done. Now, this was specifically about music, but I think it applies across the board. And it showed, I got to find the graph. If I had time, I'd find, maybe in the break, I'll look for the graph. But it showed that when they asked, 1,000 people, first, what's your age, right? They get the age.
Yeah.
And then they asked, what years do you consider like the best music, right? And they plotted like, okay, this year was good, this year was great, this year was okay, and this year sucked. And the crazy thing is that when you look at it from afar, 1,000 feet high, from wide angle, almost all the answers lined up, not for a specific decade or a specific year, but according to their age, in that, the graph almost looked the same for everybody, just moved up depending on what their age was, meaning wherever they were as a teenager, that was like, oh, that's the best music. And then as they got older, it dips down. So if they were a teenager in the 70s, they're like, that's the peak of music. And then as, 80s, 90s, it goes down. If you were an 80s kid, that's the peak of music. And then after that, just 90s, it goes down. And it moves with people, which it shows that, like, psychologically, we all have this bias that, like, as
Yeah.
we were growing up, we're like, it's okay. But as you mature into an adult, oh, that was music. And then as you get older, it dips down. But if you ask someone born in the late 2000s, they'll say, oh, the pinnacle of music was, 2010, 2015, and it's starting to go down. And it's crazy. It's wild to me that they can almost exactly map the pattern based on your age. And it's just, and it made me think, I went, oh my God, yeah, like for my age, that's I'm like, oh man, that was the
Yeah.
pinnacle of music. And then it's all downhill from there. But it's a moving scale with age. So it made me think, outside of music, does that also apply to cartoons? Does that apply to movies? Does that apply to, our pop culture fixations, And I think about it, there's few things
Wow.
that I thought was cool as a kid or a young adult that I like. Still a Spider-Man freak. I'm an obsession, so I fall probably outside the norm in that result. But
Oh, Spider-Man's evergreen.
yeah, he's timeless. He's timeless.
But
Exactly.
I will tell you this: if you walk into my cultural museum behind me, it's Star Wars, it's Masters of the Universe, it's GI Joe, it's Transformers,
Yeah.
and I'm a product of the 80s Ninja Turtles. I've got a whole section for Ninja Turtles, but
Yeah.
it's when I was, basically when I was elementary school, Saturday morning cartoons and what I came home to when I got home from school. That's what I collect, and it is for the most part what it was in the 80s and the early 90s, what we remember. I say that, but yeah, it's you know one of my big ones is yeah, it's Star Wars. Ooh, the close second is GI Joe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I yeah, that was big in the 80s and the early 90s.
It's true. It's true. Man, we've just blown right through the break, but you know what? It's that. How you feel? You need a break? I don't need a break. Do you need a break?
No, no.
I
I mean,
said we're not
it,
men of that age where it's like, man, I really gotta go. Great.
no,
Then
if I've got to, if I, ca- I I'm at the point in my life where if I gotta go, I'll just go right
I'll
now.
just piss on myself. I mean, it is what it
What-
is. It's fine.
It's what the cool kids do, right?
That's what the adult diapers are for, right? Isn't that what? Or don't we all do that? All right.
Wait, you wear adult diapers?
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. No, I do
I got
the
a
old
laundry machine in my house.
Iraq method, man. Just I have bottles all over the floor and just ready to go. At a
Mason
moment's-
jars. That's what I use. They're reusable. Just clean it out.
There you go. There you go. All right. Um. Hey, Eric. Thanks, dude. Eric, like the live. We're live over on this channel, but you get to see the behind the scenes. So this is weird. I've never worked to two cameras before. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you though, man. Thank you for the like. What?
Are you feeling generous?
I'm feeling rather generous tonight.
Are
I'm
you?
feeling extremely generous of somebody else's products that I have to give that I don't have to pay for.
Do, do you just want to continue to talk, or do we want to?
I think
do
it's about
something?
that time. I think it's about that time.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull up. We've been teasing it. We've
wheel?
been talking about it. We've been teasing it a bit. We've been leaning up to it. We're gonna, as Leon says, do the dang thing already. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Super excited that we get to do this today. For those watching on TikTok, which is like one of you, God bless. We are giving away one of 4 possible absolutely incredible prizes, generously donated, sponsored by hit parade. Once again, this first giveaway, I want to make sure people understand so that moving forward, they have an opportunity to participate. This was specifically for Twitter. And you had to follow us, like it, share it, yada, 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 yada. Everybody knows the usual. So unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, not a lot of people followed all the steps to be official entrants. I want to say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Is that
15.
counting or not counting the Patreon supporters?
This is specifically the Twitter that they did all the Twitter steps. Only 15. Now, that's the other side of it, is that for those that don't know, we have a Patreon channel here. Patreon.com/PopCultureWarrior. It's where you can show support and help make this channel even greater. Those people that are Patreon members that do subscribe get automatic bonus entries into every competition, contest, giveaway, whatever we do. To show them support for supporting us, automatic entries. So, Davers, we're not doing it on Twitter. We're going to do it right here, the giveaway. But that part of the contest is over. We're going to draw a winner from Twitter. You have an opportunity, because I can see you're watching on Facebook. As of right now, until the next episode in 1 week, you can enter on Facebook. Go to popculturewarrior.com or Pop Culture Warrior on Facebook. Find the post this is the giveaway. Follow the things. It's just like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever. And then you'll be entered into next week's giveaway. So, seriously, join in, because I'd love to give you a prize. If you just hanging out watching, I'd love giving people prizes. Anybody that's watched this show long enough knows I love giving stuff away. And these are probably, if I'm being truly honest, probably the best giveaways I've ever done. I've done some pretty cool boxes with autographs and things like that have come close. But just from a value standpoint, these are like $100, $200, $300 prizes. So
Do it now.
go to the Facebook. You have a week. You have a week starting today till next episode. We're going to do a Facebook giveaway. Then the following week, it's going to be a TikTok giveaway. And then the following week, the last week of July, we're going to do it live. We're going to actually pick someone in the live audience. So if you're watching live, you can possibly win the last I don't know if it's the last Tuesday or the Tuesday, the last week of July. We're going to do the live giveaway. So anyway, all that to say, let me share the screen here. Hang on, I'm going to switch over. I got to switch over here and here. Boom. Okay. Which I can see you on the I put your camera now on before you weren't on the split screen, but now you are. So just so people can see, because I like, again, full transparency on the side here, any name with a P next to it are Patreon supporters. So their subscriptions, their supporting gets them the automatic entries. And then down here are all the people that followed the fucking instructions, that they followed the rules and entered themselves to possibly win a prize. So it's in name order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle, and I'm going to have Angry Elf tell me when to stop. Anytime now.
Oh, wait, you're waiting on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and stop.
All right. Yeah, my finger was getting tired. All right, I'm going to go full screen.
Oh.
There you go. So once again, this is one of the prize packages: the Avengers, the Pop Vinyl, the Star Wars sketch card, or the autographed script. And how will you know what you won if you won? Let's pick a name first, and then we'll get to that part. So let's spin the big wheel. You probably can't see the screen, can you?
cheating. I've got my phone. I'm looking at the screen.
All right, you can do it that way.
I'm an investor. Of course, I'm gonna look to see what happens.
All right, we're spinning the wheel. We're spinning the wheel. Let's see who it falls on. Who wins the first Hit Parade prize package of July? It's gonna be a Twitter user. Oh, that was razor close. It's Amanda Lemon. It's Amanda Lemon. Yes. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Amanda Melon. Melon. It's Amanda Lemon on Twitter is the big winner.
Good job.
Congratulations, Amanda. I'm assuming that's her name. Now the question is, what did she win? Which of the 4 prizes did she win? All right, I got you. I got you covered. Let's click over here and ta-da! Oh. Second prize. So this, and it's gonna look like there's a lot more prizes on it. I guarantee. I promise you, it's just the 4 packages repeated over and over again. I put the 4 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the 4 in there, and it looked way too like it was giant chunks. I was like, I need more. I need more
pizzazz,
more chance.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more drama. So there is only one of each prize. So whatever she wins this edition, and next week it won't be there on the wheel. So that's just to say that. So let's find out, what has Miss at It's Amanda Lemon won? Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. What did she win?
You're nervous.
What did she win? She won. Ooh, that's again razor close. The Marvel Avengers Edition, whatever prize this is. All right. So let's do this. Dude, I've been so excited for this. I like literally I'm shaking. I'm so excited. All right, let's do this.
I'm willing to bet you.
Okay.
It's a piece of Robert Downey Jr.'s boxers.
Oh, that it is the boxers. Okay, so I have here the official Hit Parade box cutter. That's awesome. They sent me one.
Don't cut yourself.
We are going to, as you can see, this is plastic wrapped and sealed, never been opened. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to cut myself.
I can't carry the show without you.
I lose another.
You can carry it without me, but I can't do it without you. I'm just going to be like, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'm very carefully cutting the box, not leaving any marks. All right, cut. Man, it's so much easier with this blade, I gotta say. I might include one with each purchase. All right, let's close that before I slice another finger off. All right,
yeah.
So there you go. I am peeling. So excited.
Peel.
This is
Pop it
box.
open.
This is box 20 of 50. I've separated the holographic tape. I'm so excited. What could it be? It's a Hit Parade thing. No. All right.
Hit Parade.
It's a. Ooh.
Is that?
Okay.
Did I see Hulk?
Oh man, that's cool. Oh man, that's cool.
Is it a piece of the Hulk costume?
Miss Amanda Melon. Actually, this isn't just one thing. There's a number of things in here, which is pretty damn cool. So let's start with the first thing. It is a pack of the Incredible Hulk 10-pack of when this looks old. 1991. A pack unopened. A pack of the Incredible Hulk cards from 1991 unopened. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool. Original packaging. That's cool.
Wow.
Next. This is pretty dope, man. And I might have to talk to Miss Amanda. I might have to try. Do you remember you know what? We'll skip that part. We'll skip that. Just this is pretty cool. Do you remember in Spider-Man Homecoming that
Yeah.
they had an actor who played Mac Gargan, who was kind of set to play the Scorpion? His name was
Right.
Michael Mando. He's also famous for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here is a trading card with his signature on it. A signed
Wow.
holographic trading card with his signature on it, which is pretty damn cool.
And that's in a protective case?
It is absolutely in a protective case, hard case.
Nice.
That is pretty damn cool. So you can see right there, it's signed at the bottom, Michael Mando. And then on top of that, you have this sealed PSA graded mint 9 Colossus from 1990. A 1990 Marvel Colossus card that is mint
Right.
9
Wait, is that
PSA.
is that Marvel Superheroes?
Yes, it is.
That might be the first year. That's the first year. I'm pretty sure that's the first year they did.
How cool is that?
Amanda.
How cool is
Amanda.
that? A PSA
Amanda.
9 from a card in the 1990. Yes, Joe out there says that's the original card from Marvel too. So there you go. So they got, I mean, and here's the thing.
Amanda, you could take probably a full shelf of CQs. Like,
I'm not gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is this was the box where I thought might be, I don't want to say the worst, because the worst of the best is still the best. This was the one that I felt would have the least amount of value in it, and boy, wow.
what card alone? It's a 9. You said it's a 9.0?
A 9.0 mint. It is number 36, 1990 Marvel Universe Colossus. Yep. And then, of course, the Michael Mando autographed card. And then a 1991. Yes, the Incredible Hulk TM 1991 Marvel Entertainment Group. Yes, art cards in a sealed package. I mean, what?
I would value that
prize.
box right now probably somewhere between $250 and $400.
I'm going to very
And I might be
carefully put it
undervaluing
back. I'm going to be carefully putting everything back in the box. So, Miss Amanda
you
Mellon,
need to insure that box.
yeah, we'll talk about that. We might delete this
Where's
whole
Amanda
episode.
live? Maybe she can meet you somewhere like, the parking lot of a Target.
In a shady back alley. But there you go. That's just the first of 4 incredible prize boxes. I am absolutely blown away. That exceeded my expectation in just about every
I thought it was going to be
manner.
one singular item.
I mean, once again, people, Hit Parade, they're doing some awesome stuff. HitParadeCollection.com. If you use WTF-NR20, $20 off a $100 order. I'm not joking when I say after all these are given away, I'm probably going to buy a few boxes just for me. And then, of course, again, they generously donated some swag, so I'll be throwing some of that stuff in with the prizes as well. Oh, I forgot for our giveaway.
Oh, you forgot to put the hat on. Everybody,
I forgot.
Back up, reset.
Yes. Sorry, Amanda.
Retake it.
Sorry, Amanda. We're
Right,
gonna
right.
we're gonna redo this.
We got to redo it. Redo it.
Redo
Time
it.
out. Rewind.
The Hit Parade guys know they know I'm a hat guy, so and this is a Carhartt hat, man, too, which I'm like, do it right.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do it right.
Was that the only hat?
Hey, man, what you trying to
Was
get up on
that
my trying to get up on my shit, man? What's up? What's up?
Well, when I come and darken your doorstep, I might walk away with something.
Yeah. We'll see.
And you'll
We'll
be
see.
like-
We'll see about that. But yes, so big shout out. Thank you, Amanda, for
That's
for
awesome.
entering. You guys see now. And I'm being as forthcoming as I can when I said I thought that box would be the least valuable of the 4. I'll put it this way. on their website, that was the cheapest box available of these 4. So the next 3
That was the
prizes,
cheapest box.
that was the cheapest box of the 4. Not saying of total, but of the 4, that was the cheapest box. The other 3 boxes, the value
Wait.
goes much higher.
Movie script. Did it say it's just a movie script in general, or did it say it was part of what franchise?
It just says movie script. And there are a few in the collection that are original from the movie. And then the large majority of them are just reprints of a script, of that movie script. But there are a
I
couple
changed my
versions.
prediction.
Mhm.
It's not going to be Throw Mama from the Train. It's going to be, and that would have been signed by Sly Stallone.
Mm.
I'm thinking now it's going to be Batman and Robin, signed by George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow. I would take Twins, signed by Schwarzenegger and DeVito.
Ooh, that
That would be a
actually,
fun
that
one.
would be a good one.
I'll tell you what here. So just one last shout out to our guys over at Hit Parade. They were just at a convention.
Mhm.
I just want to pull this up real quick because I had it. They were just at the, what was it called? The Nickel City Comic Con. And they were doing these really cool things where they brought a bunch of boxes, and in some of the boxes were a
Right.
little ticket where you could win a prize.
Yeah.
So they gave away a PlayStation 2. Or, I'm sorry, PlayStation 2. Sorry, it was a PlayStation 5 with Spider-Man 2. That's what I meant to say. I mixed the two things.
I think we were going to say it was like a vintage PlayStation 2 or something,
No.
significant.
No. So
Okay.
they did like mystery gaming boxes that had all types of different items, but some of the boxes had random big ticket prizes. So there was a PlayStation 2 they gave away. There was a Nintendo Switch OLED screen. There was some signed Funkos. They gave away an Xbox Series X. And they did give a script away. It was one of the prizes, and it was a script of Armageddon signed by Michael Bay. So there you go. That looks like Michael. Yeah, Michael Bay. Pretty sure that's Michael Bay. It's hard to see. It's
I would have
smallish.
gone from what's his name,
Ben Affleck.
Bruce Willis
or
or
Bruce Willis. Yeah. But
Ben
still,
Affleck.
Michael. I mean, it's a Michael Bay film, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Steven Tyler.
I mean, he's not even in
Hey,
the movie.
He sang
He sang the song. He sang the song. He's not in the movie. But anyway, so again, huge kudos for them for donating these prizes, man. It's really super cool of them. Very excited that they're sponsoring us this whole. They could have easily just said, "Yeah, here's one box," right? I mean, you could easily just say, "Here's a box, sponsor an episode, whatever." But to say, "Nah, man, we're gonna sponsor the whole month. We want a whole month of Pop Culture Warrior." Super cool of them, and that scratched the itch of wanting to open a box. But unfortunately, the withdrawals are happening, and I want to open all the boxes. I want to open them all.
So what'll happen next week is it's gonna be wham bam bam, all 3 packages at once. So you better sign up now.
I'm sweating because I'm like, oh, they're just sitting here. I just want to open the box. I want to open the box.
Do it. Don't do it.
Yes.
CQ.
yeah.
You better send them to me for safekeeping.
Right. Of course. All right, let's hit a couple, 1 or 2 more news stories, and then we will call it a night.
What else we got to talk about?
Oh,
What
there's a
else is
couple
going
things.
in the world of
There's
pop
a
culture?
couple of things. First off, I mean, I know you're more of a PlayStation guy, but in some big
Yeah.
Xbox news, they made an announcement that's could be a game changer, but I'm not sure if that's for the good or for the bad. So the announcement is that starting next month, how do I I'm trying to put my thoughts together here. Starting next
Yeah.
month, Microsoft has announced a partnership with Amazon that will allow Xbox Cloud gaming through a Fire Stick. So what that will mean is you buy a Fire Stick, you
Yeah.
plug it into your TV, you have an Xbox account, like what they call it, the Game
Sure.
Pass, the whatever, and you will be able to play all the games on there right on your TV from that Fire Stick. Yeah, well,
How
you're
you
not
gonna
going to use the
control it?
Fire Stick. Any Bluetooth that can connect to your TV, that's what you'll use. They say any Bluetooth. So they're like, you can use a PlayStation controller to play the Xbox games because it's any Bluetooth device. Now, part of me thinks this is such a huge thing. This is such a big win because now you can have people coming to Xbox without necessarily needing to buy a console. They need to buy a $40 stick and pay whatever the monthly membership is, whatever it is, $15, $20, $30, whatever the monthly membership is, and boom, you're playing Xbox games. What? You don't think
Are
that's good?
But you streaming the game or are you downloading the game to the stick?
No, you stream from the cloud.
I don't like the whole concept of streaming the game.
You're a physical media guy?
Because it requires a constant internet connection.
Sure.
And this is my bias, but I also come from the perspective of thinking about it. Well, thinking about it from remember back in the day, we go down to freaking shitholes like Iraq and Afghanistan before streaming.
Yeah.
You get a game, you get a game system, you were able to play. No
Sure.
worries about the internet. Nowadays, you go to a shithole, you got shitty fucking internet,
Sure.
and you can't play the game. Or you get the game, you think you got the whole thing, and it requires the internet connection the entire time, and you can't play it. And you spent what, $60 on a stupid game?
That's fair, but something tells me they're not necessarily building the future of gaming for shitholes like Iraq and Afghanistan. Something tells me they're not that concerned.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much soldiers were paid for a freaking good gaming system?
I understand.
Like, give me a break.
I understand. I agree. Hi, Jenny. I see you out there. I absolutely agree. But at the same point, I think about how many parents where their kids like, Dad, I want the new Xbox. And you're telling me that you go like, hey, I'll pay you $40 for the fucking stick and a subscription price, and they're not gonna go, yeah, that's a better deal. I mean, or let's take it one step further. This is why I think it could be a cool thing. I'm in my studio, I'm playing my game, and it's like, hey, we need you upstairs. The kid's sick or whatever, and he's napping. Can you go upstairs and what? You plug that Fire Stick in the bedroom TV, you're playing Xbox in the bedroom now. You put a TV in your bathroom, you could be in the tub playing Xbox. You know what I mean? Like anywhere on your laptop, you plug that thing in. Anywhere you can plug that Fire Stick in, you could be playing Xbox.
What's that thing you attach to your phone now? Called the Bone or something like that?
Oh yeah, the X-Bone or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns your phone into a game system.
Yeah, you could do that instead of getting a Fire Stick.
But I don't know about you, but I got some big TVs. You know what I mean? Like that's better than playing it here, playing it on a big screen. Stop trying to shit on this, all right? I see you. Stop trying to shit on this.
Wait. In the Master CQ bedroom, do you have a TV in your shitter?
I mean, I don't yet. That's there's a thing for that.
So what you're telling me is you're going to wait until January, early February when they have those TV sales for the Super Bowl, and you're going to get a 70-inch TV, put it inside your freaking bathroom. So when you're sitting there taking that freaking post-game poop, you're playing yourself some old Madden?
Hey, I will knock down a wall and that TV will be the wall. I'll measure out the wall and get one of those TVs. I just saw this thing. They made it's like 120-inch TV, but it's like 20 grand. It's crazy, but it's the future, man. It's the future.
Wait, is Miss CQ going to go for this?
First of all maybe. We'll see. But okay, so here is my concern looking at something like this. for all the positive it can do, I keep hearing rumors that Xbox is considering getting out of the hardware game and sticking exclusively to making games and providing games as a subscription service. So when this news breaks, it's a little disheartening because I don't want to believe those rumors. You know, I don't want to believe there will be a day without an Xbox, a physical Xbox. But this tells me it seems true that they are moving closer and closer, or I should say further and further away from the hardware of it, right? And focusing specifically on the service.
Do you have a new operating system from Microsoft?
What do you mean?
What I'm getting at is, like, for instance, my work computer, right? Every time I boot that sucker up, one of the things I've got to click out of is the Microsoft game, whatever it is. It basically, I could play my Xbox Live on my laptop, my work laptop, if I wanted to. But it's part of Microsoft, whatever we're at now, whatever version of this is, Microsoft 2024, whatever it's called.
Right,
Right?
right.
But it's
Windows
part
11,
of
but yeah. Go ahead.
okay, Windows 11, but it's part of Windows 11's OS.
Right.
And you know, I do see that. You know, I get it. They probably are going to eventually move away from physical media.
I hate to say it, but I think so. I think that is the direction of where these things are going. I mean, it's just the reality of it. I mean, technically, imagine this. Think about this. You can say, well, oh, PlayStation has won the war, right? Because PlayStations are outselling Xbox. But what if this whole time Xbox has been slowly moving away? So when PlayStation comes, hey, here comes PlayStation 6, Xbox goes, yeah, we're not making Xboxes anymore. But we're selling Xbox as a service on all your devices, right? Including your PlayStation. You can have the Xbox Game Pass on your PlayStation, right? Technically, don't they win if they don't have to manufacture Xboxes anymore? Think about that. Take that whole hardware part of it out of the game, and you're just running, you know, anything that can run 4K, you know, the Fire Stick, your TV, your PC, whatever, can then play Xbox games. If they put all their chips, I'm starting to win myself over in this argument. If they can put all their chips into making better games and providing better online service, fuck the hardware. Like, we know this. Hardware gets outdated by the time it's released. The day it hits the market, it's already outdated. So remove that whole part of the system. Bro, I'm jazzing myself up on this idea. I don't necessarily like the whole Fire Stick of it, but there's something there. I'm kind of selling myself on this idea. But let's see. Scott says Xbox consoles will probably be staying around, but evolving into more than just a console, but more as a platform that you stream from and game from. So the best experience will probably still be on whatever generation Xbox that is. But that's a good point. But I feel like that was the last Xbox. Xbox One, prior to this series, Xbox One was touted as this is the new entertainment hub in your house, which I used it that way. My TV went through the Xbox. If I wanted to watch TV, I'd turn on my Xbox and it turned on the TV, and that's how I watched TV.
Right.
Like that's where you watch movies, that's where you streamed, that's where you played games, that's where you watch TV. I loved that idea. I loved it. When they released this one, the Xbox Series S and Series S, that feature's been removed. So that tells me they're like, all right, we tried it. Maybe not enough people liked it or whatever. And we're moving away from that model of like, this is now the entertainment hub of your living room, whatever. But I just love the idea that, think about this.
Yeah.
Haven't you been in the situation where you're like, man, I'm having a great time playing Spider-Man 2. Oh no, the wife says we gotta go visit the in-laws. Oh man, that's a whole weekend without playing Spider-Man because there's no way I could pack my whole PlayStation and all my games
Right.
and bring it with me. But if you had your Fire Stick in your pocket and a controller in your bag, right? And you're like, oh, we're at the in-laws. Hey, I'm gonna go take a nap, guys. I'm a little tuckered out. And you sneak into the room, you plug it in, and boom, you're gaming. Come on. That sells itself. That sells itself.
I mean, I will admit this. I travel. And the last time I went on a long business trip, I brought the PlayStation in a Pelican case that was the size of a suitcase. Yeah, I paid for the luggage, but the point of the matter is, yeah, I mean, I was able to PlayStation and watch. That's where I watched Fallout.
Yeah.
Great show, but yeah, it was a pain in the ass. I'm thinking about the next time I go out, on this long-term business trip, stealing the daughter's
Yeah.
Switch
Yep.
because I can plug that into the TV
Because
with the
it's
little drop
easier, yeah.
dock.
And you need the
But-
dock for that. Which, when you travel, don't use the dock. They have a plug. You can actually get a plug that just plugs into that and then the TV, which is what the dock
Yeah.
does. But it's easier to travel with.
But either way, but I see where you're going at with the Fire Stick. I mean, I've got a buddy of mine, he travels just with a Fire Stick so he can just slap it in the hotel room TV, and he's got, everything he usually watches.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you don't need an Xbox controller. All they said is you need a Bluetooth enabled controller. So you can buy one of those Temu, Wish.com $15 controllers, and that's just your travel controller because you don't want to, you don't want to damage and travel with your nice controller. But that's a disposable controller. If something happens, you just toss it and you're like, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, that's, man, I was on the fence with this, and I think I talked myself into really liking this idea. Because essentially the Fire Stick, and this is, I think, what Billy was saying, the Fire Stick is essentially the first step into just saying, let's make it an app, right? Right now you need the Fire Stick. But how much further down the road before they just go, hey, it's an iOS app. Now, which you can, Apple TV or Apple Sync to your TV, or a lot of TVs now, like I know all the modern day TVs have, Netflix and Disney Plus and all that right there as apps. How long until it's an Xbox app? And all you need to do is just link your controller to your TV and boom, you're playing Xbox. Like, I'm telling you, I've now convinced myself this might be the future of gaming. This might be the future of gaming. If they can shut down all hardware production and invest all that money into making better games and better online services, bro, that's a wrap. That's
Get
a
a
wrap.
Fire Stick. Forget a Fire Sticks. Get an X Stick. Just make it a stick. And then instead of doing consoles, which are probably what? How much do you think a console makes
Oh,
or costs?
they said Xbox hasn't made $1 on any console it's ever sold. Every console it sells at a loss. Every single console.
Okay. So that means that console probably costs what? $50, $60, maybe $100 to make?
No, if a console sells at $400 and they're selling it at a loss, that means it costs them like $500 to make each one, $600.
Okay.
I
Okay.
remember reading something that they lose like anywhere from $50 to $100 per. It might not be 50, but it's close. It was per Xbox
Yeah.
sold. They're losing money. So it's just
So if they switched over to making a X stick instead of an Xbox, I mean, how much is that going to cost them? What?
But for me, for that, like, I feel like that's taking a step back because you're still manufacturing, shipping in retailers.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of cost that if you just purely make it an app, which it already is, it's an app on your Xbox, really. You just don't utilize it like an app because you're downloading the games. But But a quick point to what Davers is saying, and he says, well, only if TVs can support the additional gaming process. But I don't think that's necessarily true.
I don't think it's so either. It's just a way
It's
that
the internet
it's getting.
connection. It's the internet
Yeah.
connection that's going to be the thing, because it's gaming from the cloud. So you're not necessarily downloading anything onto the Fire Stick other than like the launching application, like connecting to that game is that's the part that you need to download, would be just the 100 megabyte file to connect to the server. Go ahead.
The shitty part it's going to be is somebody who's sitting at home at their house with a steady, assuming a good internet connection. They're going to be great. They're going to be grooving. Somebody who travels to a shithole with shitty freaking internet,
Yeah,
then they're going to be.
that's
you're
the
gonna-
thing. So I think it boils down to two things. First and foremost, it's going to be the internet connection, right?
Mhm.
The better internet connection you have, the smoother the gameplay will be. But on the second hand of it, then it's going to go down to, now it's not anymore, because think about it. Right now, you have to go, okay, what Xbox do I want or PlayStation I want, but what TV can support what it's putting out, right? Because you can buy a 720 TV and get yourself a 4K gaming system. It ain't going to look 4K because it's the resolution of the TV that's what you're seeing. So I think after internet connection, it's going to be, what is the graphical power of what you're paying for as a TV? So is your TV 60 hertz, 120 hertz? Is it a 30 FPS, 60 FPS? Is it a wireless? Is it a wired in? Like, all of these will now become what's important. And I think if that becomes the norm, I think TVs start switching. Because do you remember when like TVs are like, okay, now HD was the big thing. And it was like,
Yeah.
and then flat screen, or it was flat screen first, then it was HD is the big thing. Then it was,
Right.
30 hertz to 60 hertz. And like there was different marketing things change as they become, like there was the OLED, LED, then it was now it's 4K and 8K and all that. I think the way computers sell or advertise will be what TVs start moving to. When they're going, hey, yeah, we can do 4K. Yeah, we can do all that. But what we're really good at, they're going to start selling is our connections, our internet speeds, our streaming speeds. That's going to be what is. Spanky says, I walked in on the most nerdy conversation ever. Yes. Yes.
We're talking about, yes.
But and then there's, and Dara's another good point is the idea of burnout on TVs. I think with the modern day technology, burnout on a TV is kind of antiquated. It's kind of old school. The idea that there's like tubes and things. Most TVs now are like LEDs. Like they don't even really do plasmas anymore and all that. But like LEDs, if you really look at the technology of them, they're supposed to last, like each individual LED is supposed to last like 10,000 hours. So yes, if you play 10,000 hours of games, your TV might burn out, but that's going to take a while. Even if you averaged 8 hours a day gaming, it's going to take you a while to get to 10,000 hours. Flux capacitors in pretty colors. Yes.
There's one right there. I see it.
There's one in the background. Speaking of flux capacitors, there's one in the background.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry. So we did slip into nerdy talk, but I really do think now I've convinced myself. I think it's the smart play. I think Xbox should get out of the hardware market because, realistically, think about this for a second. Microsoft is a massive company. Where else are they putting effort into hardware? They're not. They're a software company. They specialize in software. The only, unlike Sony, because you can go, well, Sony does Discmans and Sony does, radios,
Sony
and
is
Sony
a hardware
does.
company.
Yeah, it's
Sony's
a hardware company.
A hardware company.
Exactly. And they diversified into, movies and music. There's Sony Music, Sony Movies, whatever. But like you said, the heart of it's a hardware company. So Microsoft, I think the smart play here is say fuck it. You know, hey, throw up. Hey, you guys win. You win the console war, but we're gonna win the gaming war. You know what I mean?
So this is the second. Yeah, this is the second console war. If you remember, the first console war, the first console war was between something like Nintendo and Sega. And look where that ended up.
Yeah.
Sega ended up becoming a software company,
Mm-hmm.
and now you can play Sonic the Hedgehog on a Nintendo, right? So back to your comment that you said a little bit earlier,
Or
what
PlayStation
if
having an Xbox
eventually
app.
you're able to download an Xbox app onto your PlayStation and play?
I think
I
it'll
think that
happen.
would be,
I think it'll
yeah,
happen.
you convinced me.
I think
That
it'll happen. And Davers, like you made the point of like, well, TV's having a graphic card, doesn't that burn it out faster? I mean, what's the difference of playing a game on your TV versus streaming Netflix? It's the same thing. You're just having information that the graphics on the TV has to put on the screen, regardless of the processing power is not coming from. It's coming from what you're watching, right? When you watch Netflix on your phone, you're not using graphical power, or I should say, like processing power, because it's coming from a server somewhere. You are using, graphical power. You're using the GPU kind of side of things to put it on the screen, but it's no more or less than if you were running, like running a
Yeah.
native app. Like you're running Angry Birds. That's going to take up more of the processing power because that app is on your phone and it's running from your phone. Versus if you're watching Netflix, you're actually watching it from a server farm somewhere. So it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, that was a good conversation, man. I enjoyed it. We haven't talked technology in a while, but that was good.
I still say it needs to be bundled with a controller, and then
No.
or the control.
sorry to poo poo everything. I feel like this is just me. I'm telling you, all in. Microsoft needs to just stop any hardware production. There's other companies that make controllers. There are Mad Cats, PlayStation. Like there's all these companies that make Turtle Beach. All these companies. Let someone like this is like, hey, we're done. We're not gonna make a physical anything. Because think about how much money has to go into making products before you ever see a dollar. There's molds and chips and like, oh man, it's the whole reason we had this whole crisis of consoles back a couple years ago is because of the COVID thing and all that stuff came from China and whatever. And Microsoft would have been booming while PlayStation would have been struggling if Microsoft was just a software company, right? They're like, yeah, we're not selling consoles. We're not selling any of this. They would have been light years ahead of PlayStation had they had this in place already, a couple of years ago.
All right, CQ, turn around, go grab your flux capacitor, go throw it in your Tesla, hit 88 miles an hour while getting that 1.21 gigawatts. Go back to go back to 1999. Convince Microsoft not to get into the hardware business, and then buy stock. Come back to 2024, and this will be everything will be in 14 karat gold behind you.
Man, if only.
Anyways.
If only. But
If only.
Awesome, man. I see Leanne. I see you out there on the Instagrams. What's up?
Graham.
Oh shit. Lost something. But anyway, dude, this has been a fun conversation. I appreciate you guys. I got a couple more stories, but we can cover it next week. No biggie. This has been a whole lot of fun. Congrats again to It's Amanda Mellon. Big win for her. I'm assuming, unless it's a man, Lemon. Is the guy. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm assuming it's a woman, but in this day and age, it could be anybody. It could be a deer for all I know.
It could be Robert Downey Jr.
It could be.
spamming you, and
Yeah.
he just won his boxer shorts back.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a Russian bot for all I know. So, congratulations, Putin, for
In
your
Mother
win.
Russia.
Alrighty. Final moments, closing thoughts. Once again, congrats to Amanda winning an awesome prize. That is so damn
Yes.
cool. And then we have 3 more prizes, guys. Facebook this week, TikTok the following week,
I'm already entered.
last week.
I
ahead.
want my Robert Downey Jr. boxers.
Last week will be live. One of you fine folks who are watching live will win the prize. So, very excited to crack those bad boys open. Again, I'm blown away by what the prize was. That was super
That was
cool.
awesome. That
Um,
was awesome.
Very, 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 very cool. That being said, I think we're gonna call it a night. I see
Okay.
TikTok's starting to die down, so that's good. But yeah, once again, thank you all for hanging out with us, for chatting with us. This was a lot of fun. We did a full 2 hours, no break. You guys are so cool for sticking around. What else?
What's going on next week? You got a guest? What do we got?
Oh, that's a great point. We do have a guest next week, so I might have to do
Who
the
is it?
giveaway in the first hour. We do have a guest from. Damn it, we talked about this before. I know her from Arrow, but a lot of people know her from, what was it, Stargate? I think it was Terrell Rothery. I want to say that's how you pronounce her name.
Robbery.
Terrell Rothery. I'm gonna double check just the Terrell. This is Terrell, Teryle Rothery. Yeah.
Should I ask Alexa?
Stargate SG1. That's what she's best known for. Stargate SG1,
Yeah.
but she's also in Masterminds, Arrow, Caprica, and a bunch of other things. She's done 24 episodes of The Good Doctor, 43 episodes of Virgin River, 32 episodes of Chip and Potato. She was in 3 episodes of Upload, which I love that show, 10 episodes of Nancy Drew. So she's been around. Phenomenal actress.
Okay.
She's coming on to talk about us and to talk with us. And yeah, it's very exciting stuff. Of course, we'll have another phenomenal giveaway next week, which we'll probably do in the first hour. So tune in the first hour so that we have time the second hour for the interview. And yeah, should be
Or
a good time.
you make everybody hang around till after in the third hour.
Oh God. Maybe. We'll see. We'll just have to see.
Or
Just
you
have
know
to
what? You
tune in and
stop
see.
the interview and be like, wait, we got to do. I'm sponsored by Hit Parade. Stop
Time
the
out.
interview. We got to
Time
do a
out.
giveaway in the middle of the interview, and your guest is going to be like, "What the hell did I sign up for?
Yeah.
Who is this Mad Cat?"
Nah, I think we won't do that. I think we
No,
won't
do it at the end of the first hour. That's
Yeah.
my best recommendation.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to be viewed as a
You-
crackpot like me,
You're gonna piss off a lot of people.
and that's why I'm the co-host and I don't have my own show.
Fair enough. Alrighty. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of another incredible episode of Pop Culture Warrior. I am, of course, CQ. He is, of course, Angry Elf. That is, of course,
Hi.
TikTok. Hi, TikTok. And you
Hi,
guys have been awesome. I'm so glad we got Instagram working, which is so cool. It's new for us. I'm going to figure out how to, I don't know. There's other things I got to figure out, but it worked out really well. I'm actually really happy with it. Any last words, Mr. Angry Elf? Anything for us?
Go sign up. You saw what came out of that first box. Go sign up. Go find the Facebooks. Get on there. Actually, you know what? Strike that. Don't get on the Facebooks. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It was total. No, it's not worth your time. Save yourself.
It's
I'll
rigged.
take
It's
it.
fake.
Take next week's prize. I'll take the burden.
Mm, mm.
It's the only thing I can do for the fans. I'll take the burden. I'll take home next week's prize.
Such a
Okay.
good guy. Such a good guy.
I know.
Uh,
I'm a noble soul. I try. I try.
Man, I love it. I love it. Yeah, not selling it at all. It's all rigged. It's all smoke and mirrors. I'm gonna slip into my Trump. It's all a witch hunt. It's all fake news. Yeah, these guys, they're not giving away
These are the best
prizes.
prizes. I know prizes. These are the best prizes.
These prizes are a sham. This is all, it's all collusion. It's all part of the agenda of the media to take us down. Yeah. So anyway.
No. Get on the Facebooks. Sign up. Follow the instructions. Read. Reading is fundamental. Go step 1. Okay. Step 2. Okay. Step 3. Okay. Step 4. Do I really have to? All right. And then you
Yes.
win a prize. Maybe.
And
if you're lucky.
And if you want to really up your chances, join the Patreon.
Sign up for the Patreon.
Bonus entries. But for those that were like, only the Patreons ever win, there you go. We just had one of our biggest winners ever, not a Patreon subscriber. So you can win, it's just less likely.
Person is. I don't know. I'm a Patreon supporter. We have a secret club, a secret handshake, and we meet, like 3 times a month.
Yeah.
We know each other.
Good times. Good times. All right. With that, thank you guys. You've been awesome. Unable to verify. What? I'm doing the thing.
Did you break it?
I probably broke it. Hey, what's going on? All right, with that, guys, once again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for more stuff. We got awesome celebrity guests coming on. More awesome prizes we're giving away. This year is going to be our biggest year ever. And then next year, I mean, we're doubling down. It'll be even bigger. So
Next year we're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to be at New York Comic-Con. We're going to be at Galaxy Con. We're going to be at Awesome Con. We're going to be at MGS Con. We're going to be at all the cons. Every single one of them.
I appreciate it.
CQ's going to take over the world.
One day, man. That's the plan. One day. Davers, not another hour? I'm good. Thanks. I as much as I love doing this, there's a couple other things I've got going on that I've got to jump to. But this has been
He's
great as
already
always.
filled up 2 mason jars.
Yeah, I'm running out of jars down here. But no, this has been absolutely fun, man. I appreciate all of you, really, from the bottom of my heart. I only do this because I get to hang out with all of you, and it's so much fun. Stay tuned.
I love this stuff.
Stay tuned because we got some really good stuff coming, and I can't wait to share it with all of you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Pop Culture Warrior.
See you guys later.
Out. Have a good week.
Doc! Oh, no! We're too late! We missed it! Oh, jeez, this is heavy. Wait a minute, Doc, I got a time machine! I'm just gonna punch in the coordinates. Pop Culture Warrior, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WTF Nation Radio. Now crank this bad boy up to 88 miles per hour.
see it.